Hey guys, back with another commentary here. I'm very bothered, first and foremost, by one gaming company, EA Sports. Don't get me wrong, I love EA. I have since I was a little kid. I mean, EA Sports is in the game. If you didn't hear that on any game in your house or your friend's house, you could honestly say their gaming collection pretty well sucked. That is, unless they weren't into sports games, but I digress. My main gripe is with Madden. I still enjoy the Madden franchise. Not just because it's the only choice you have, but for the most part, it still is a pretty good football game. The problem is that it's just pretty good. They've had the exclusive license to make NFL games since 2005, and nothing gotten better. I mean, I would actually not be so far fetched to say I get more enjoyment out of playing the PlayStation 2 era Madden games than I would today's in some aspects. There's certain little details to the Madden franchise that they've just blatantly ignored. Pardon me, I'm just a little sleepy. We had a long day today, and mainly my wife did. I helped her rearrange the entire living room. But back to the source material. EA used to be all about being the game changer and the innovator in sports video game simulations. With Madden, NCAA football, which right now is ranked 35th on Xbox.com's list of games to be made backwards compatible to Xbox One. Vote for it. You can get it put on the Xbox One. I hope it does. But they used to be all about innovating. Madden, NBA Live, NCAA football, the PGA games when it was Tiger Woods and now it's Rory McIlroy, and the NHL franchise. I could go on and on. Almost all of their games were great. Um, and now, because they have no competition, they have this exclusive license. Now, Tiburon Sports, which is the actual development team behind Madden, has gotten completely lazy and complacent. You can't tell me, for those of you who enjoy your sports games, that that doesn't drive you up a wall, especially if you grew up like I did, having choices. That's really the main subject of this commentary. Going back to a time when you had choices and options to go through different games and find things you liked, things you didn't like. If there was something in Madden you didn't like, if you liked football and you wanted another option, you could always turn to 989 Sports, which is now Sony Studios out of San Diego, I believe. But 989 Sports had NFL Game Day. To me, that game felt a little bit more real for the limited capabilities of the PlayStation. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed how the stadiums were bigger. There was more weight to the players and whatnot. And if you didn't like that, you could always play the original NFL 2K, which I'll get into that. I happen to own that game upstairs on my Sega Dreamcast. Um, that was a true game changer. For the first time, the gameplay felt truly real. All the hits felt real. They looked more realistic for the time, and the TV style presentation was awesome. And if you didn't like simulation football and you just wanted to go knock people around, basically, if you wanted football and wrestling meshed together, there was NFL Blitz. I know some guys and have some friends who love those games. Usually, those are the guys who aren't big into like simulation football. And then I got buddies who love sim football that can't stand Blitz. It's just for me, it's a matter of what I'm in the mood for. Because I enjoy both. I mean, if I want to leg drop somebody after the whistle, I'll play Blitz. It's fun. But you had all these different choices and all these different options, and not just with football, but with, you know, baseball. 2K backed out of doing baseball because they weren't able to put out the best product with their MLB 2K franchise, which year after year got worse and worse. I own 2K12 upstairs on my 360. Still a good game. You have to tweak it a lot to make it work, but it's a good game. And presentation wise, it looks great, so on and so forth. But the show is your only option. For the most part, RBI Baseball's come back, but, it's not mainstream. EA stopped making MVP Baseball, which is a damn shame. MVP Baseball is fantastic. 2005, 2004 or 5, one of those two, is still modded to this day on PC with updated everything. You should check it out if you ever get the chance. Go look it up on YouTube. Um, Hockey is a big, egregious offender of complacency. EA Canada has gotten so lazy with gimmicks and not making their game feel like a real hockey game. Guys like me and other hardcore sports gamers have to go way out of their way to do way too much to make the game feel like and you're actually playing a game, the real game just in a virtual setting as opposed to the other way around. It is way too taxing just to make a game feel right. Why can't you guys do that? We're not developers, we're not programmers. We're just gamers. We just like your shit. We just want it to be better, you know? I know it could be better. You know how I know these games could be better? By playing old ones. That's why I have a huge collection of games. I like collecting games. I mean, Sega Genesis sitting right over here to my right. I got Tommy Lasorda baseball. I'd show you guys, but I'm too tired to go grab the thing. But Tommy Lasorda baseball. I got some other ones hanging around. Brett Hole hockey. Yeah, Brett Hole had his own game. He had two of them actually. And then upstairs, one of them I popped on earlier today. It's still one of my favorite games of all time. NHL 2K10. Has some weird little glitches to it, but it's kind of its own charm. But it feels like a real hockey game. Puck takes realistic bounces. You can score goals deflecting off of people's legs and stuff like that. But the main thing I noticed, and it's a detail thing that EA is just now getting to. Now, the game I played came out in 2009. Yes, EA Sports games are much prettier, licensing, all that jazz, bunch of gimmicks. But I was playing a game with the Florida Panthers, and I hit the replay because something caught my eye, and it's over in the stands as part of the atmosphere. On each stair, it says the name of the arena. And at center ice, down the red line in the middle of the ice, it has a little paw print for, every little one going down the ice. It's really, really neat, and it's small little details like that either EA is just now getting to or still haven't. That kind of crap bugs me. We don't need gimmicks like 3-on-3 arcade hockey or hockey ultimate team. Or for you football guys, Madden Ultimate Team. What a joke that is. Just another way for you to spend more money. I have a big issue with exclusive licenses because it takes away you having the option to choose. You're forced to buy this or nothing. And to me that's crap. You need to have options to figure out exactly what you like. It's kind of like dating to a degree, where for the most part you gotta, date a little while and figure out, be with, check out different types of people to figure out what you really like. Kind of, and gaming's the same way. You gotta have options. You can go around and figure out what you like, and then put it all together for the best possible game, or to reference it back to dating, to the best possible mate for you. That kind of thing just drives me crazy. Madden is lazy. The show's starting to get a little complacent. It could really use innovating as well. Um, my big issue with Madden is they stripped away so many of the smallest details and features that made the old games really, really fun. That's why Madden 2004 is still a lot of fun to me. '05 is still a lot of fun. One of my all-time favorites is '08. I have it for PS2 and 360. And one thing I really liked was in franchise mode, they'd have Tony Bruno, the DJ, sports radio DJ, would do a radio show during the franchise mode that would play as ambiance in the background. He'd interview coaches and players, like actual NFL coaches and players. I remember Jeff Fisher was on there, Mr. 7 and 9, back when he was a great coach. I'm a Rams fan, so I don't like that dude. But it's little things like that. It's in owner mode where you could actually build your stadium piece by piece instead of, oh, I'm just going to plan for us to build this stadium and connected franchise, and all of a sudden, bam, brand new stadium. I don't even get to pick what it looks like, what kind of box seats it has, whether it's an open roof, closed roof, retractable, whatever. You could actually pick, and I was talking to a young kid at work about it, how in the old Madden games you could actually pick the type of field surface you have, and one of them was the baseball field. Like what the Raiders had been doing for years and still do for the next couple. And back in the day with the football Cardinals and the baseball Cardinals, Phillies and Eagles would do that kind of stuff. You could have those kind of fields. On new Madden, you build your stadium and then it's just there. it's kind of generic. You know, it'd be cool if you could be able to pick individual pieces from all the NFL teams' stadiums to truly make it a unique experience. You can't do that now. That's stupid. Now, in NHL 18, you can do that for the most part. You can get down very detailed what kind of arena you want with all kinds of little aesthetics. See, they're getting it right. Now, in Madden, that's not the case. Same with NBA Live, which is making a comeback, but it's going to take a long time to catch up to NBA 2K. A long, long time. I didn't mention them specifically because they keep reinventing themselves and making their game really baller. Now, the last one for me is to talk about the one game that people at EA Tiburon hate, and that is NFL 2K5. It's the last licensed game made by Sega Sports, now 2K Sports. 2004, it's $20. I will know. I've always made sure to have a copy of this game. I have one for PlayStation 2 and Xbox. And it's still a freaking awesome football game. I think the main reason why they don't have an alternative football game is because of the fact they sold that at $20, where Madden '05, an awesome game, was sold at $60 because Sega decided to mess with the NFL's money. And if you mess with the Golden Goose's money, then you have a problem. So they threw out their license and said, hey, one of you guys take this. You know, we're not going to have someone selling their game for a third of the price of the competition. So 2K just said, you know, we want to put money into all of our other stuff. We don't have the money they have, so here, take it. And honestly, that's been to the detriment of gamers like myself and plenty of other people who enjoy sports games. You know, there's a website, NFL2K5rosters.com, where you can download and put on your old hard drive updated or classic rosters and franchise modes for that game. I have one, I believe it's the 85 season, where you can play with the 85 Bears. Somebody made them. It's freaking cool. But the fact is, that game still does a lot of things Madden does not do today. And I think the people who make Madden intentionally don't do these things because they don't want anyone to notice that, oh, you just stole that from the people who made the 2K football game. You know, they want to try to keep everything original. Yeah, because when people want to play football, they buy Madden for a story mode called Long Shot with cutscenes and it's a movie and all that. Which, I mean, to the people who did it, that's cool. And thank you, because that requires a lot of ability and effort and time. Plus, you got like guys like Dan Marino to voice over. But is that what people really want to see when they play a sports game? Sometimes they just want to get out there and go play. Two teams trying to win. You don't need all those extra gimmicks. Now, granted, the 2K football game did have those, but at its core, it's a fantastic football game. Still is, always will be. That's just my commentary and a little bit of a gripe. You know, at the end of the night, I'm probably gonna wind up playing NHL 17 or Madden 17 because they're still fun games. You just got to make them work for you. I just miss having variety, having options. You don't get that anymore. Maybe one day we'll come back. Anyway, make sure to like the video, and if you happen to like the rest of my stuff, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, so you always get the little gimmicks when they come up. And I will see you guys later.